So I pulled up this picture of Gunnison, Colorado, and I'm going to cover the time gap in Canyon City again. This time I'm going to do a little bit better job trying to tie all this together. Here is the flag of Gunnison when they're doing some kind of parade, but I also want you guys to look at how big the stars are and how few of them there are. So I could tell you right now with time, history is, I believe we had a United States, but I believe our territory country was here well long before any other country owned us, or supposedly. Because when you really look at history, no way. I mean, reality is what happened in the time frame it did. Between all the wars, pestilence, it just can't happen. So let's really dive into this to really show you guys like history, learning some ways to have Native American experiences. Sorry, I didn't know what that read. Actually, I went into this and I wanted to show you guys that this is Denver's history. It's I mean, this is supposedly one of our trusted scholars, one of our trusted historians. Okay, so so I printed it out because I really want you guys to see and understand this. Okay, well, Denver had its name, long served as a gathering point for many cultures. Things would change forever in the summer of 1858 when a small group of prospectors from Georgia crossed the Great Plains of the Colorado Territory and made a regional changing discovery at the base of the Rocky Mountains. Okay, so this is when they said that they found gold. So when I was reading up some other places, there was a mention of the gold rush, like it was a phenomenon, it wasn't. It was like one of those get rich schemes, because I believe the country was starting to hurt for money at this point. And I believe this is when this is the reason why some of it they started the Civil War, is because a lot of people were actually hurting. When they say that they have done this before, when you understand history and you understand how to really look through history and know the truth, you're going to understand this. And you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Like it's sage, the whole thing. So let's go through however, gold wasn't the only way to strike it rich in town, or in the boom town that was springing up on the banks of the South Platte. Those arrived early enough could simply stake out a claim of land, lay out the city streets, and then sell the lots to those arriving after them. Not a bad deal. Just go lay out some city lots, and you got a lot, I guess. I mean, and and this is really, like I said, this is so complex. This whole thing put together, and when you go through, these were the key. These were the gold mine to everything. So this is a map of Blackhawk, Central City, before it had its name changed. This is in 1886. And why this isn't so important is when you look up plumbing history, electrical history, things just don't add up. If you go in and you zoom in on this, these right here, that's a 5.5 inch water pipe running down the main of Central City, stamped 1886. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you this too. It had a population of 2,500 people. So I'm going to tell you, this is a weird, weird deal. When you look at Pueblo, Colorado Springs, sorry, when you look at Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Trinidad, Salida, it's really weird. This when they start out with these populations. Now, I don't know if there was a mass disease that killed off a lot of people, and that's how they were starting to be able to alter history. But I can tell you what they did is they changed the face on buildings, added to buildings, and once you understand what you're looking for, you could see what they did. All right, so we're going to go out of that, and I want to cover one more time just what we're dealing with here in the time frame, because you have to see this. First off, we start off with tents, wagons, teepees, lean-tos, and crude structured cabins. Now, I went through some pictures of Denver, and that's not exactly not exactly the case. So let me show you this. All right, so this castle, church, temple, you want to call it, is down in Denver, Colorado. This is one of the first temples that they built, and it was built out of brick, and you can see the brick outlay. So the other thing is, when you really look at history and understand it, and know that they've been time. So either we've had many great resets, to set time back to a certain point and then have us start again, or something catastrophe happened and they were allowed to start rewriting history and compressing it and twisting it the way that they wanted. Because I could tell you, when you look at this building, and this building is before Denver supposedly had a name, this building was built. And I'm going to show you that through Denver and everything else. There's so much history to learn here. I also want to tell you too, like if you go to Colorado or Salida, which used to be named Arkansas City, and that's the other thing, they burned these cities down, they changed the names. When you look at it, you have to see that there was a great war that took place on the United States. Now, it might not just been an all-out, just drag-out shooting match, but there was a war, and we lost. The people of the United States lost, and the world lost. And if you don't think that we lost, look at the world we live in now. Look at how controlled you are. So, brothers, I'm bringing you the truth. It's just if you want to see it. This is our crack. This is our window. I'm giving you the key to show you that, hey, you guys jump on board on this and see the truth of it and start, putting your own videos out about this. I'm telling you, this will get out there, because there's no way that they could have built what they did in the time frame. These maps are hugely important. Okay, let's look at we'll go to Canon City on this to give an idea of how time is lied to. Okay, so the facility became opened in 1871, so that means they're probably building it in 68, 69, 70. I'm assuming the way that these guys said that they built stuff, it only took 6 months to a year. So they probably broke ground on it in 1970. By 1971, they were finished. And that's the honest truth when you look at this. But I'm going to show you where trees and time is not exactly what they're telling us. And then too, the architect, the structure, and the beauty of our building shows that we lived at a time of peace and harmony, not of conflict. But that's just it. God's here and he's ready to show the world the truth, and anyone that, yeah, he's ready to bring the hammer down. So this was supposedly built in 1901. Okay, this is a landmark that we're going to look for in these pictures. Let's see, what else did I say? Territories. So federal territories. I never understood the federal or the territorial prison. I did understand that they have from each 8 states or something. That's how the territorial prisons were supposedly started. And the thing I could tell you right now is them telling you, let's just get into it. Let's see what we got out here. Oh, this one about language. This makes me laugh when they say it. Conquilly. So, yeah, sorry, this is trying to be professional and I'm acting like I'm too. But yeah, reality is God is a child too. I'm almost positive, because he loves children. They're the most innocent, so you have to think about God in that, and Jesus even told you that. So I'm going to show you guys where this history is a lie. You can go through my drive. These are what they're there for. They're on the shared drive. I'm going to try to reorganize and put them back into videos and make these videos a little bit better. I just kind of wanted to put out a bunch of videos with different things in it, because it's very hard to like start off in A at Adam and then go to Armageddon within 30 minutes of a video, and it's tricky, and so that's why this is very difficult. This steel, Colorado, huge. And once you figure it out, you're gonna, yeah, it's Central City will be my next place where I'm gonna go, because this definitely is another telltale. So let's actually go into Salida. We'll do a timeline. Let's see. Yeah, and this is kind of part of the deal too, that I'm almost positive. These are all the places that I got the pictures from Canon City, so you guys don't have to go searching through their files. Okay, so if we go into Canon City's history, I seen the time on this. I'm going to wrap this one up, and then I'm going to start on Canon City's history. But this one, like I said, there's so much information, and I don't know how to show people, without people that have common sense, with construction experience, understanding time. People that have ran major job sites would get this, knowing how long it actually takes men to do this. And especially when you have pictures like this, and this is really what I want to show you on this one before I call it quits. 1875. Denver didn't get the railroad to 1872. So if this picture was taken in 1875, how is it they have all these brick buildings in Central City, Colorado? And I could show you on train maps that Central City was linked to Pueblo as one of the major transport hubs for the rail system east of the Mississippi. Pueblo was a key point to a lot of things. Steel, every piece of steel, basically, what was it, west of the Mississippi came from Pueblo. They weren't just building rail. And if you, that's the other thing. They didn't pump out the first railroad track until 1882 is when they put out the first rail track. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Where did they get all the steel from in order to build CF&I, plus continue with the rail traffic, plus get all the steel for the buildings? Yeah, I mean, the SEC East has been, they would have been flooded with so much work that they would have never even been able to stop. And there would have been, yeah, that's when I tell you our history is not what they've told us. It's something is wrong. And hopefully you guys see it when you see it. Maybe I'm missing something to explain it to somebody that's why they're not getting it. So if you have any feedback, I'm open, because I'm telling you, God kind of sent me down this, and I'm like, okay, here's what I know, and this is what I know and why I know it. So you can isn't what it's not, but I'm telling you, when you go through this and you understand this and understand pictures and time and trees, this will be the next one, and I will go through this thoroughly so you can see it. And I've used all their websites.